that you're about to see that mixes stand-up comedy and improv comedy. So, without further ado, we're about to welcome our first stand-up to the microphone. This performer can pretty much what I say, can do it all. You've probably seen her on the improv stage, you've seen her on the stand-up stage. She actually runs her own show, so check out on Facebook, Cheers Comedy, because they do comedy too. There's so much comedy. So without further ado, please make some noise for the very funny Fiske! Woo!
Oh my God, I do it all. No pressure. Here's a microphone. So I was thinking lately, the thing that I love most about music is that every now and then you have like a moment where you're listening to a song that you maybe heard, I don't know, a million times before, and you suddenly have a moment where like the lyrics and the music come together in this one beautiful moment, and it's like you're hearing the song for the first time, and you have this moment of clarity where you think to yourself, wow, they really did it. They thought this was okay to say in public. Like, I mean, I personally like think that, you know, it's hard in music to be a woman, especially if the song's about you. Like, and that's glossing over all of those like move girl get your ass on the floor moments. I think that particularly within 80s music, it was a rough patch for women. And you know, when I think about that, you know, it's just like the songs that come to mind. You know, that Hot for Teacher song, Don't Stand So Close to Me. Yeah, it's problematic. I mean, I don't know like who wrote this fan fiction and then was like, but put it to music. But I guess they did a good job because the song was a big hit, which is worrisome. I don't know what's going on in the 80s where it was like, yeah, this is okay. Teacher struggling with his attraction to a student. Tell us more. I don't want to like get too down on 80s music. There are some songs that like they weren't so bad for women. You got that song Somebody's Baby, and if you're not familiar with this song, it's about a woman who's so beautiful that all of the men assume she must have a boyfriend, and they give her a wide berth of space, and they leave her alone, and that's fine. But you could also just, I don't know, respect women. Like, she shouldn't need a boyfriend for you not to harass her. I'm just spitballing, I don't know. If this is what a guy needs to hear on repeat, like, go ahead, listen to the song more. I don't know, whatever. But the one song that bothers me the most is a Bruce Springsteen ditty called I'm on Fire. Does anybody know this song? Okay, well, boy, you're in for a treat. For those who don't know this song, it came out and it starts off with like a cool little guitar solo, and then it goes into the opening lyrics, which are, hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? It gets worse. Because like we haven't established him as a neighbor or a traveling salesman. We don't know who he is. To this little girl, assume 15 and under. But he goes on to say, whoa, 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 I've got a bad desire. Whoa, 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 I'm on fire. I know, ew indeed. This is the boss we're talking about. And I have limited time, so I won't go through every lyric in this song. But what I will say is that he goes on to talk about how he wakes up in the middle of the night with migraines and cold sweats thinking about her, and feels it's okay to just say to this child, little girl. And every time I hear this song, I think to myself, like, there had to be a revision process. Like, somebody had to read this song before they recorded it. In a in an okay world. And so when I think about that, like 3 scenarios come to mind. The first being, he wrote the song, handed it in, and everybody was like, Bruce, you've done it again, you're perfect, here's your money. And they record it just as is. The second scenario, I don't even know which I hope happened. But the second scenario is that he turned into something much tamer, and they read it and they said, hey Bruce, we need you to get more into the details with this. Tell her how you really feel. Elaborate on her age. And so he did. And the third scenario that comes to mind is that he turned in something way more explicit, and this is the toned down version that we got at the end. He turned in the song, and they were passing it around the office, and they were like, somebody's got to talk to Bruce. We can't just let him record it. That's not good. And then they call a meeting, and they're like, who's going to talk to Bruce? And they're like, oh, we'll have Fred do it. And they're like, yeah, Fred can do it. And then Fred's like, I'm an intern. I don't have the clout for that. Because, interns have to do all the crap work. They eventually draw straws, and some guy named Dale or Eric or whatever has to end up talking to him, and so he has to carefully approach the boss, not his boss, the boss, and he's like, hey Bruce, I was wondering if we could get together tonight, maybe watch Match Game, have some beer, and talk about not getting you arrested for child endangerment. Thanks so much, guys. I'm Fiske.